One thing that I've always liked about Imangadi is it's like dominoes. You just line up the dominoes so that all you have to do is just push one, and all of a sudden you're knocking over mountains. So
Good little saying that.
I did no courses. I just always knew. I always knew I wanted to earn money. So I was like, right, I've just got to start running businesses and just start trying. So I got a bit of experience working for a friend's agency. Started up my own at uni, and that failed because I didn't know how to get any clients. I wasn't ready at 18 to run a business. Like, you're a child.
Neither was I.
You are a child.
Because I started a business when I was at uni at 18, and it didn't work because I was a kid.
Yeah. Like, one of the big turning points as well was at the end of that program that I mentioned, we got offered just under 300k seed funding, but in return for that funding, they wanted 60% of your business.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
If you could tell yourself 7 years ago when you're 18, what would be the words of wisdom you'd tell yourself? It's a good question, that. Go on.
I would say chill the out.
Fair.
And yes, people. So today we have a special guest, Henry. He has been working on a SaaS company for the past couple of years and has managed to acquire more than 2,500 users, which is pretty sick. So today, we're just going to be asking some questions, some insights about SaaS, and basically get to know Henry's story. It's kind of interesting, super interesting, and I think people would love to hear about it. Good to have you on, bro.
Yeah, cheers for having me, mate, and congrats for all the growth you had this year. It's been pretty crazy, being connected to you and obviously with the sale and all that sort of stuff. It's been... yeah, sick.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, I feel like you're pretty well connected as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just like GCC and Tribe. Are you in GCC or Tribe?
No, but I met a lot of the GCC, which is Gents Croquet Club. That's E-Man's thing, isn't it?
Yeah, RIP. No, it's like in Bali and stuff like that. It's so easy to meet people.
Oh, so easy, bro. So easy.
I've planned 3 dinners, and like every time you could get 20 to 30 guys.
So
like
easily.
And all doing different things, which is cool, isn't it? To get that exposure.
Yeah. Right.
You were the first like sort of ecom guy that I'd really chatted to about.
There is loads of ecom people though, and you're actually one of the first SaaS people. So that gets into it. Is who are you and what do you do basically? So if you just dive into a bit about yourself, your story.
Yeah. So I've essentially got 2 businesses. I've got my SEO agency, Rough Auto Media. So like SEO by itself is niche. There's not many guys like in our space that do SEO. Okay. So search engine optimization and get businesses to the top of Google. And then essentially I turned my agency into a SaaS.
Oh, sick.
So me and my girlfriend were on a travel blog. That was on Squarespace. I was watching my missus do SEO and I was like, you are shit at SEO. You're bad. There's got to be a tool to help her out. There was nothing on Squarespace. For anyone watching, like Yoast on WordPress, there was no equivalent. And essentially, I just decided, right, let's see if we can get an MVP spun out. I launched it to about, like, I think it was a 200 business waiting list. 40 businesses started paying. At the time, it was under my agency, so it was like Rough Auto Media SEO plugin. And I was like, well, that's more than enough validation to like, I'd imagine it's the same with like ecom. You do a little bit of a test, see if there's any traction, and you're like, shit, there's something here. So then I span out SEO Space, which is my second business, which is the SEO plugin for Squarespace. Haven't actually been doing that for a couple of years. I only launched that 7 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And we've got over 2,500 businesses using it now.
Oh my god, that's sick. So yeah, it's a pretty cool story. So like, what were the initial steps of you getting into online business? So you said you started a blog on Squarespace.
So like the initial steps, I never did a course or anything. I don't know if you did it.
No courses.
I did no courses. I just always knew I wanted to earn money.
Same.
So I was like, right, I've just got to start running businesses and just start trying. So I got a bit of experience working for a friend's agency. Started up my own at uni.
Okay. What was the agency? SEO?
His was like a social media marketing.
Okay.
And I set up like the SEO arm of the agency.
Sick.
And then I tried to start up my own. That failed because I didn't know how to get any clients. Like, But when you're like 19 and you're at uni, how the fuck do you get clients?
Yeah, I think I tried that as well.
Yeah. So then basically worked for his agency for a longer time, and then I went into like a program in Newport in South Wales, which like most people have never been to, but it's a shithole.
Yeah,
But they've got this program that like takes recent graduates and teaches them how to start their own tech business.
Oh, sick.
You get paid for 15 months to do it as well.
Oh, cool.
So you literally You don't have to worry about money or anything. You just go in, they fund you to do it, and then they offer you funding at the end. So like I'd got business experience before, and then that introduced me to the world of SaaS.
Okay.
Started at my agency, which was successful, and then pretty soon after I found the SAAS.
Was this after university? Yeah.
Yeah, so I did engineering at Uni of Bath.
Oh, cool. Yes. Oh, sick. Did you finish your degree?
Yeah.
Nice. Me too.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I
What
finished.
did you do?
Engineering.
Engineering.
Mechanical.
I was civil.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
It's rogue, isn't it? Like I got to the third year, I did a placement year.
You did placement as well.
Yeah, I did
Fucking hell.
4 years, mate.
That's
4
fucked.
years, and I knew I didn't want to use it, but I still wouldn't take back uni.
I loved uni.
Yeah.
Honestly, loved it.
Where'd you go?
UE Bristol.
I went Bath.
Yeah.
So like, you're in that world. I wasn't ready at 18 to run a business. Like, you're
Neither
a
was I.
child.
Neither was I.
You are a child.
Because I started a business when I was at uni at 18, and it didn't work because I was a kid.
Yeah. You don't know how to deal with clients, and essentially that was the progression. And then now, even though sometimes you feel a little bit old in the instant, like I'm 26.
Yeah, I'm 25.
I'm speaking to guys that are like 21, doing really, really
But then
well.
theoretically, we are still pretty young.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, that's essentially a bit of like an overview of the story. Like one of the big turning points as well was at the end of that program that I mentioned, we got offered just under 300k seed funding.
Okay.
But in return for that funding, they wanted 60% of your business.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So like the 15 months the pay you sounds good, but then it's like a death trap.
How
at
much
the
was
end.
it? 600. Did you say? How much?
Like just under 300k.
That's still pretty good, but you wouldn't want to give your business
Well,
away
it's not
before
your
you
business.
started. Yeah.
So like for me, I've always just wanted to work on at this age rocket ships.
Yeah.
If it's not something that's going to earn you a load of money and potentially go to the moon, there's no point doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, the agency is great for cash flow, but then SaaS is good because upon exit, you can potentially get 10 times ARR.
Massive.
So your business is doing 100k a year, you can potentially sell that for $1 million, which if you compare that to an agency, what is it, 1-2 times revenue?
Yeah.
You might get.
Oh, agents, selling an agency?
Yeah, annual revenue.
I don't even know if selling an agency is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously hard. So I wouldn't even if you're trying to sell an agency, it's probably not going to happen.
What is it in e-com?
Like not even that great either. Like I would say for a drop shipping business, like you're probably going to get it's like 2, maybe 2.5.
2.
Maybe a brand you'll get 3 to 5.
So like let's say it's 3, you're getting SaaS 3x the amount of like exit valuation just on your revenue, not even your profits
that's
as
ridiculous.
well. So there's obviously that whole sexy bit to it.
Why is that though?
So like it's weird. Earning like 50k for an agency versus 10k for a SaaS feels different.
Okay.
Because you know that unless a disaster strikes, you're going to get that 10k from your SaaS every single month, and if it's a good SaaS, it'll grow.
Yeah.
So the peace of mind and the predictability of it is
a lot more.
It's so good. Whereas an agency, if you're earning 50k a month, you could maybe you've got like a big client on 10k, maybe some smaller ones between 5 and 8. You have a bad month and you have 2-3 clients leave.
Yeah, you're
half your revenue's gone. Whereas we've got 2,500 people using the SaaS. We get 10 people leave tomorrow. You don't even notice.
Yeah, plus you probably get more anyway.
So the predictability, when you get it set up, it's much easier to run itself, I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
And also it's an asset. Like most businesses aren't really an asset. Like what is the infrastructure? What's the system set up?
So you design this business. How did you come up with the idea and what does it do?
Yeah, so I came up with the idea from, and for anyone listening, if anyone wants to learn how to start a SaaS business and come up with ideas, the best way is just to identify a problem that you're facing on a day by day and that you feel yourself. And the pain for us, we were running the travel blog, and I was finding it hard because my girlfriend was doing SEO. She wasn't good at SEO. So I was like, sure, there's a tool to help her.
Okay. And what is the tool like AI? It sort of just reconfigures it and puts the words?
It plugs onto you. So it's only on Squarespace, which is a website builder. Pops up in the bottom right-hand side. You put the keyword that you want to rank for, and it will just tell you step by step what you need to do to rank higher on Google. So imagine like a dynamic checklist.
That's pretty good.
We've got,
that's pretty good.
it's there's someone like Shopify, there's some like SEO plugins, but like where they're getting really smart now is with AI analyzing the text and like actually being able to provide more like personalized recommendations of what you need to change, text generation, of course. But like you imagine if you've got 2,500 Squarespace users using it, our software is learning every single day how to get results
Sick.
via Squarespace SEO.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So the data set you build is like,
Oh, so yours is AI?
well, you're capturing data and you're able to train AI on it.
Oh, sick.
Imagine with Shopify. Imagine you got 2,000 Shopify sites, and you're able to see before and after what they've done, the differences in the revenue.
So it should get better then.
These 10 changes, did that impact revenue over 2,000 sites?
Jeez, yeah, that's pretty smart.
The data that you get then, it's pretty fucking powerful.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Have you ever thought about, so obviously Squarespace, have you ever thought about doing other platforms like Shopify, Wix? Is that possible?
Yeah, it is. So like at the moment, the plugin's a Chrome plugin, so it works on like as long as you're on Chrome, it'll work. In theory, it could work on Shopify,
If you're on Chrome.
Wix, etc. But we're weighing up at the moment. Do we open up to other platforms like Shopify, Wix, or do we focus on Squarespace and change to like go on the Squarespace marketplace, see if we can push for that?
Yeah.
Does that I don't know if that's possible?
Does that scare you that you're completely reliant on one platform there?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's
a way up, isn't it? Like you don't know. Like sometimes just being on a niche works. So like my agency, we've like tripled this year just by focusing on Squarespace.
Yeah. How many users does Squarespace have?
It's 4 million sites.
That's pretty good.
Active sites.
That's pretty good.
So it's a second biggest website builder.
And it's more for blogs.
It's like small businesses basically.
Okay.
There is some e-com functionality on there. It's not great, but I think it's bigger than Shopify.
Okay.
In terms of active users.
And
sites.
Sweet.
I'd imagine Shopify does maybe more revenue.
Yeah, they're killing it on the revenue.
But like my thing is, if you can just be the person in a niche, you can make more than enough money rather than trying to spread yourself thin off.
100%.
That's what I'm trying to weigh up at the moment.
That is very true. So, what is, obviously you wanted to start a SaaS business. What does the process of starting a SaaS business look like for anyone in the audience if they're looking to start SaaS?
So essentially, what I mentioned before about like basing it off a pain point that you're facing.
Yeah.
So what you want to do essentially, you want to map out, okay, you're facing a pain in a process. You essentially want to just go on like a mirror board or whiteboard. You want to map out what that process is to do something. So for me, what is the process to do SEO on Squarespace? Map it out from start to end. You then mark the pain points. So what are the pains that you face during a process? And then you create the smallest possible product to fix a group of those pains.
And how do you create that product?
You create that product first of all by getting like low def wireframes. So low def wireframes are just like black and white, but a screen with a box.
Yeah.
That's just like a real basic representation of what you think the SaaS will do. So just like something.
Would you call it
low def wireframes.
Low, and what,
so imagine,
this is on a software you like write out.
Imagine you're facing a problem with your SaaS business, with your e-com business. I don't know, and it's to do with shipping.
Yeah.
Would map out the process. Okay, well, what is the shipping process? Okay. And then all I would do is just get wireframes, just mock up.
Oh, like a flow diagram, like boxes,
boxes,
arrows.
I just say, Nath, here's the flow.
Yeah.
Click through the flow. Like it's black and white. It's not pretty. Could this solve your pain point?
Yeah.
And you do a bit of validation.
Okay.
And then basically, if anyone's like listening and you want to start a SaaS in X industry, my best recommendation is interview 50, 100 people in that interview to map out that process.
Okay, but who are you interviewing though?
Your customers.
Oh,
so let's say
say, would this help you?
Yeah, so let's say I'm selling a SaaS for e-commerce.
So you actually have to do market research then?
Yeah, market research, get on a call with 50 e-com owners.
Yeah. And
just say, Nath, what are your problems when running a Shopify store?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And you map it out. You identify all the pain points and you're like, right, what is a commonality across those 50 people? And once you've got that pain point,
and you've got
what is the minimum thing that I could create to solve that.
Okay.
And that's the biggest killer.
That's pretty smart. That's
It's the
pretty
biggest
smart.
killer that goes with SaaS.
Might have to start a little SaaS business. I want to. And then, so, all right.
Everyone
so,
wants to, like, it's a sexy thing at the moment.
Yeah,
isn't it?
so, and I feel like, let's say I build the personal brand, if you're selling an e-com SaaS business, it should do pretty well. Because a guy's actually dropped one, and I think it's working pretty well.
Jordan Welsh does one as well.
Yeah, he's
doesn't
got
he?
SaaS, yeah.
Yeah. And having an audience is one of the best ways because it's easy to get feedback. He could send out a survey to his audience.
Oh, yeah, very true.
And get 1,000 people reply.
That's very true.
You put that through ChatGPT, analyze the top pain points.
Oh, sweet.
And the biggest mistake that I see people make with a SaaS is make it too big.
Yeah.
They try and create this, like, it's like launching a Shopify store with 10 products.
Yeah.
Launch, and I've got no e-com experience, but like as an analogy, launch it with one product, one really basic product.
I hear that.
Don't try and like build the ocean.
Okay.
Focus on a small part and then build it up, because until you've got people using it, you got no idea.
Yeah, sweet. So once you've validated that idea, like, how do you actually get the product built? Who builds it? Do you build it? Do you hire someone? Where do you find the people to hire?
So ultimately, you're going to need a way to build a product. Like no code is something that's like really hot at the moment.
Okay,
so
sweet. And that makes it easier to build something.
yeah, previously it was a lot harder to build a SaaS because you would need a developer. Developers are expensive, unreliable, and there's a risk as well because let's say you work with someone for 6 months and they leave.
Oh, like a developer?
Yeah, like
Oh,
you'd have
shit,
no
yeah.
knowledge to be able to get it sorted. So no code, you got platforms like Bubble, which
So did
essentially
you build your own?
And no, so I hired a team,
Okay. Was that an agency?
an agency in India that I got lucky, to be fair.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like you can get pretty shagged.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
can just like mess you
Like,
over, right?
Shout out to Pradeep. He's a legend. And
They work hard, the old Indians, don't they?
They do.
Smash it.
But the mindset is different.
Way different, bro.
Well, think about it. I've got 2 full-time developers and a project manager for 4K a month.
That's banging.
You can't get a good developer in the UK for 4K a month.
No.
Dollars.
And you wouldn't be able to just message them and they like if it's their off hours, they're not going to work.
I can call them at any time.
yeah.
I don't, but I have, but I don't, because they are hard working and I know that when they're at their desk, they're actually grafting.
Yeah.
Rather than dossing
Like
off.
genuinely, if it's a job or a role that requires like hard grunt work and you can get it in other countries like India, like I would feel weird hiring a Western person because it's way more expensive and they're probably not as good.
The incentive isn't there for them.
Yeah.
What is the incentive for them to graft away?
Yeah.
When there just isn't. Whereas you've got someone in India, that's a lot of money to them. Like Pradeep's got like 25 developers working under him.
No way.
Pradeep's fucking balling,
That's
mate.
crazy.
Mate,
Yeah,
Pradeep's earning more money than us.
Yeah, it's just the economies of scale though. It just works
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's crazy. So you've just got a mega team.
Well, I
secret
started
mega
working with him when he had 6, and now he's got 25. So he works with different clients and stuff. Or you can do low or no code. So Bubble's a drag and drop,
Yeah.
like no code software builder. Basically.
Yeah, but how does that, like, let's say you're building it on Bubble, how does that work for Squarespace?
So I haven't built it on Bubble.
Okay.
Mine's like a custom coded
Oh, okay.
plugin.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you could build a lot of softwares on Bubble nowadays.
Okay. So how long did your software take to make, and like how much does it cost to start something like this up?
So the first version we launched in 2.5 months.
Okay. That's
so
pretty
from
quick.
the first line of code being, it's got to be quick.
Because someone else would do it.
But also like the longer you go building something without giving it to users, you don't actually know if it's going to be helpful.
Yeah.
I could show you the low def wireframes, and you could go, yeah, mate, that could be helpful to me.
Yeah.
You then try the product and be like, oh no, I actually want it like this.
Yeah.
You don't know until you use it.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is get it out fucking quickly.
Yeah.
And get real, like, one of the best things you can do is watch someone use your software.
Okay.
I would get like buy coffees for people. I'd like drive an hour
so
to
you were
meet
doing
someone
this?
in the UK. Yeah.
To use your software?
To just watch them use my software.
That's pretty good. So how did you find these people to meet?
I built up a waiting list. So
Okay.
my main customer acquisition channel at the start was Facebook groups.
Okay.
So like
interesting.
Squarespace Facebook groups.
Okay.
I saw people being like, oh, why isn't there SEO tools with Squarespace? Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I would just answer them and then share on the forums like, oh, I'm building this tool. So here's a waiting list if you want it. And I just had hundreds of people sign up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Riches in the niches.
By the time I launched SEO space to the public, because initially it was just a waiting list, so that was 7 months ago, I had like 700 people on the waiting list.
Okay. That's
And
pretty
even
good.
right now, I've probably got 300 people that if I asked for a call next week to show them the new version that I'm launching,
They would have used it.
they'll jump on a call.
So you had the initial version, you did the soft launch. Where are you currently at with it now? And like, how is it going?
Yeah.
Generally?
So the next stage at the moment is we're launching version 2. So like at the moment, it just tells you what to do page by page, whereas now it will scan your whole site and tell you what to do in order to improve your whole website. So more holistic, saves a load of time. Like scanning a whole website can be done in 5 minutes, whereas before it would have been hours. So the next step is just like adding agency functionality. So our plans will be like $15 a month, $40 a month, and then there'll be $100 a month one.
Okay.
So we're launching the $100 a month.
And what does that offer?
Reporting.
Okay.
So like
And they can work with your team as well.
with a team and more ability to be able to sell SEO as a service to clients.
Okay.
So for Squarespace agencies that want to offer SEO as a service. So like if you're running a SaaS, the more enterprise you go, the more money you'll make because enterprises pay more. So at the moment, if you've only got people paying, like they're businesses, but they're on the smaller side.
Oh, so you could sell to agencies selling SEO?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's the plan at the moment. So when we add the $100 a month plan, that's one of the ways that we're gonna like. Basically, the plan is at the moment to get to like multi 5 figures a month on the SaaS.
Yeah. How big do you reckon you could grow it, like realistically?
The TAM, so like TAM is something called your total addressable market. And you can work that out a number of ways. So like, let's say, for example, you're targeting plumbers in the UK. All right. How many tradies are there in the UK?
I don't know.
How many plumbers are there?
Yeah, you asked the question.
How many plumbers realistically would you be able to reach? And that's your TAM, the total like value of the market. I've estimated that there's around 80,000 customers
you could get,
that
like,
realistically could use it.
Yeah.
So then you're looking at 80,000 times something called your ARPU, revenue per user. So you just find how many users could I get and what's my revenue per user.
Okay, sweet.
And in theory, it could be up to $1 million a month.
I feel like SaaS is the perfect business to do on, like, let's say you've got the cash flow coming in to come on the side. But I feel like it's a big task. My problem is I always want to start new businesses, but it's better to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
So how do you manage, like, how do you find managing the SaaS? Is it easy? Is it hard?
Yeah, it's tricky. Like, I work fucking long hours. Like, we're in Bali at the moment. I imagine most people watching your channel know that you live in Bali.
Yeah.
So I'm not living the Bali lifestyle. I have
Neither.
a private office. You work at home.
Yeah.
I'm at that desk for 10 a.m.
You're the same as me.
and I'm working until midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm getting back and my missus is already asleep and it's it is an unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm the same.
So I'm not going to kid anyone and say, oh, it's fucking glamorous. It's like, yeah, you get rewarded. We're able to do nice things. I can pay for pretty much anything that I've wanted. But it's fucking hard work.
Yeah, but it's got to be done now though, rather than later.
And the reason you mentioned earlier about the niche, the reason I think it works is because I'm niched in Squarespace.
Yeah.
So my YouTube, my SaaS, and my agency is all Squarespace. So the language is the same. The target customers are the same. And the reason why my agency's blown up is 2,500 businesses using my software. There's a percentage of those that are going to use the software and just realise, fuck, I want someone to do it for me. There's a hire us button on the plugin.
Okay.
They press hire us. They get taken straight to our sales page. They've already used my software, so they already know I'm an expert.
Okay. Oh, so you've been getting clients through the software?
I get 2 to 5. I do no cold outreach
anymore.
I get 2 to 5 inbound sales calls a week.
Perfect.
And I close between 50 and 70% of those.
That's not bad.
So I'm getting around 2 new customers a week.
Yeah.
No cold outreach, just via the SaaS.
That's really good.
So it's just organic. So the reason I'm able to do it, so one thing that I've always liked about Imangadzi is it's like dominoes. You just line up the dominoes so that all you have to do is just push one and all of a sudden you're knocking over mountains. So
Good little saying that.
Yeah.
Back to the Bali thing. That's the same with me. Literally just like working. I barely leave the house, to be honest. I only leave the house to go to the gym, podcasts, or maybe go for a cigar in the evening. Like that's literally it. But for you, there's a reason you do this in Bali. Like it is a good place to do that. Like we'll call it monk mode, as they do.
Yeah.
But it's a good place to do it. Why do you think it is a good place to work hard?
Oh, I think quality of life, like for the lifestyle I have here, it would cost me 10 to 15 grand a month in London.
Probably, yeah.
So like here, the lifestyle is much more affordable. I don't have to lift a finger. I get my cooking, cleaning, washing,
Facts.
everything done.
Yeah.
So while I'm here, all I focus on is gym and work. It is a selfish place to be in a way, as you can be selfish here. There's no, like one of the things at home is, let's say your mum calls you and she needs to go to the doctors tomorrow. She asks you to give her a lift. You're not going to not take your mum to the doctors.
Yeah.
But it's shit for productivity. Like you're having to do all this family stuff that gets in the way.
Yeah.
Which if you just want 2 months to scale your business, really get your head down, Bali's the best place in my opinion to come and just get it.
I think washing the dishes for me.
Yeah.
I don't even have to wash dishes. Well, I just moved out yesterday actually, but for the past 3 months, just put them on the side.
Yeah,
the
someone
cleaner
does it
maid
for
does
you.
it. I know it sounds arrogant, but it's super helpful.
Yeah. It's
Bed's
you can
made
be
every
selfish
day.
here,
Yeah, bed's made every day.
Don't make your bed.
No, I don't make my bed.
Bro, you got to still make your bed.
Well,
You
no, my
spoiled, mate.
no, my girlfriend like puts it on, but then the cleaner like tucks it.
Yeah, no, it's like a freshly made bed.
Yeah,
You
like
get
tucked
into
in,
bed,
bro.
yeah,
Tucked in.
to treat
tucked in.
yourself.
Yeah,
Tucked in.
Yeah, that's good, man. Is there? All right, so for the beginners, there's probably a few people different. To be fair, most people watching this probably ecom, but I'm sure they've heard about SaaS. What's your tips and advice if they wanted to get into the SaaS business? Oh no, you've
Gone through that.
But
I think there's the thing that I would add a little bit more on that is I mentioned earlier about like the most common mistake that I see people do is trying to build something too big.
Yeah, I think you said that.
So like the biggest thing is being brutal about that. Like literally finding the smallest possible thing. And bro, that doesn't even have to be SaaS.
Yeah.
Like there's people that have created SaaS businesses. Like you think something like Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like there's people that have created versions of Uber Eats or that first have done everything manually.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to even build software to get started. You can just do it more of like a done for you service.
Okay.
In order to get validation, figure out whether something will pay for that service and then turn it into a SaaS layer. Don't focus on having this polished product like Shopify or whatever to begin with. Like first it's about finding a need. Like you call it a painkiller rather than a vitamin.
Okay.
Find something that people will always spend money on regardless. Like Shopify, you would never stop paying money for Shopify. Yeah. Because it solves a pain.
Have you seen like you said you use Hyros,
I haven't.
Okay. Have you seen, obviously, what do you think of like Triple Whale? Have you seen Triple Whale?
No.
Okay, so these are like tracking apps where they basically just track the analytics of sales, profits.
Okay, yeah.
All the ad platforms, and I think they launched. I'm gonna say 3 years ago. Triple Whale, maybe 4. 2 to 4 years ago, but they're worth over $1 billion.
I saw Hyros did really, really well. Alex Becker.
He sold 110 mil.
Yeah.
But he didn't sell all his shares.
No, he didn't.
And Hyros is a clunky software. Like it's good, but it's pretty clunky.
Yeah. They just solve a pain, right? And when you solve a pain, people are just always going to pay.
And do you know what's
It's like
crazy?
crack.
So you know when you run ads for e-commerce, so Hyros and Triple Whale, all they do is put one bit of code at the end of each advertisement, and it can get better data. So Google Analytics do it already, and they've just put it into a software of something that already works.
Yeah.
And then they've turned to pretty much multi-million companies, which is crazy.
It's another way that you can come up with SaaS ideas. You take something that works in one niche and puts it in the other.
Yeah.
I said about the story about my girlfriend. There's also like anyone that's used WordPress here. It's in fact Yoast. Yoast is on Shopify.
I don't know what Yoast is.
It's an SEO plugin for WordPress.
Yeah.
Like my plugin is the Yoast for Squarespace.
Okay.
So you can take what works in one niche or one vertical and apply it to another.
Man, I'll definitely look into doing other platforms though. Like once you've dialed in Because it is niche, but then SEO is just a whole thing anyway,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter what. Could you get it onto other platforms?
Yeah, so there's one for Webflow,
Okay.
and that does really,
Yeah,
really
what is
well.
Webflow?
Webflow is another website builder, basically.
Okay, and who's that normally targeted towards? Because sometimes
It's more like SaaS businesses.
Okay.
It's like it's more of a high value market, Webflow.
Okay.
A lot of SaaS businesses use it, and it's just if you see like a amazing looking site, it's on Webflow.
Okay, fair.
It's on Webflow. So take what works in one niche. It's like a lot of people will be like the Uber for X, the Airbnb for X, because people know a software, and then you apply it to another vertical, and it can work.
Okay, let's dive into some more general questions. So there'll be some beginners here. What would be your advice for someone starting out, fresh out of uni, to get to their first 5K a month, we'll say, like livable financial independence?
I would honestly say work for someone.
Fair. I think that's a really, really good take.
I honestly don't think that, like, if you're fresh out of uni or you're looking where to get started, don't start a business. I mean, you've done it, and you learn a lot from it. But I think it's much better to work for someone who's in a position that you want to be in.
Makes sense. I agree.
So you wanna run like a multi-7-figure ecom business. Offer to work for free for someone running a multi-7-figure ecom business just to learn, because that way you're gonna get exposure to the position that you want to be in sooner, and you're gonna get paid to do it. So you're getting paid to learn. So I honestly, if I'd still go to uni, but I always recommend to my little brother, like, decide where you want to be, what niche and what thing you want to do, and just find someone that's fucking really good in that niche and work for them.
Uni is banter though. I kind of like when everyone's like, "Oh, fucking sack uni," like it is a good laugh.
Yeah, like
it is a good laugh.
I played a lot of rugby at uni.
Oh yeah,
and I wouldn't take that back, because it's like those memories and the people that you meet. Yeah, you become a man.
Yeah, uni rugby's banter as well. It's fucking jokes.
For me, it wasn't.
I played what? It was very serious.
Yeah, very
Oh
serious.
fucking hell! You were in like the good team, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in. I think the fucking. Was I in the? I might have been in the thirds, bro. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I played for 1 or 2 years. It was good
At
fun.
Bath, there was like 10 teams. And you're playing with like professional, like people that play for England now.
Oh shit!
We're playing at Bath rugby.
Bath's a big rugby uni. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's sick. So going back to your agency, you said you scaled it through the SaaS. Like, how quickly did that happen from starting the SaaS, and what are the sort of retainers, and like what are you doing with the clients? That is extra than the SaaS.
Yeah. So the agency's basically done for you. So the SaaS you can do yourself. I've got my YouTube channel. We've got all these different resources where you can essentially do it for yourself.
Okay.
This agency's then done for you.
Okay.
So essentially how it works is you have businesses that want to get on page one of Google. The reason why SEO, in my opinion, I've got no ads experience, but I love organic much better than ads, because me personally, I scroll past the ads.
Yeah.
But we just inherently trust what ranks on page one.
True.
And if you're ranking on page one and we get you to page one, you're likely still going to rank on page one in several months' time. Whereas ads, you stop spending on ads.
Yeah, it's gone into
your revenue goes.
Yeah.
So that's why I love organic, and essentially businesses pay us in order to get them on page one of Google. So like one of our best clients, for example, they're a self-storage software.
Okay. Well, based in the UK.
They're in Hong Kong actually,
Oh,
but they wanted to grow in the US.
Okay.
So we ranked them position 1 for self-storage software in the US.
And how long did that take?
That took 8 months.
Oh fucking hell, but it's worth it because that brings a lot of traffic.
Can
you track the revenue from the organic?
So you essentially have to use data layer events.
Okay.
So similar to like, I'd imagine what you have to like put something in place in order to track not only what goes on the site, but then did they create an account?
Okay.
Did they sign up on Stripe?
Yeah.
Did they like put the payment details in? So you can trigger all that, because a lot of people say that, oh, you can't measure SEO. You can. You've just got to
put the
know
stuff
how,
in.
basically.
Yeah.
The same with ads. So essentially, my agency, we've got like 2 sides of the business. We've got our sprint side, so business will come and work with us for like 2-3 months.
Okay. Wouldn't that be a good SaaS software? That problem, tracking SEO revenue.
Tracking SEO revenue. There's a couple out there. It's something we're looking at.
There you go.
It's something we're
Bosh.
looking at. Can't release too much because
I know.
motherfuckers watching this.
Yeah, giving away too many nuggets.
Yeah, but no, that's like
I'll bleep that out if you
that's something. No, it's good. It's good. You can try and copy me. That's something that we're looking at. And then essentially there's then two sides of the business. So two sides of the business is the sprint side, we work with you for 2 months. And then we've got our long-term clients.
Okay.
And those are clients that typically clients will work with us for like, our retention's really good in it. I'd say it is in general in SEO. But their clients that will pay us like anywhere between minimum 2 up to 18k a month in order to...
That's pretty good for SEO.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's businesses that pay a lot more than
way,
that.
bro.
I've got
That's
friends
mad.
that have got SEO retainers that are like 50, 60k a month.
For SEO.
Because you...
I didn't even think you get like that. So for me, my list on SEO, it was always a thing to do last.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like an extra thing you can do.
Is that maybe the world that you've come in where everyone's about ads?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that was like, all right, get the sales, get the front end going, and then, all right, let's increase profits by adding some SEO.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, I'm SEO first because I know that in 6 to 12 months, SEO's like, I had a sales call last night. He just found me by typing in Squarespace SEO expert.
That's perfect.
I popped up on page 1, he booked a sales call with me. It's a 5k deal.
Bang.
Never spoke to the guy before.
That's actually a really good ROI. Boom, done. And it's free to do that, right?
And so I knew that I don't pay for that lead no ads.
Yeah.
That's from grafting for 6 to 12 months to be like, right, I don't fucking even know really how to set up ads, but I know SEO and I'm like, I know that I want just people coming to me.
Well, there's a perfect comparison. One of my friends got an agency as well, but D2C, he gets most of his agency clients through ads. He spent like 10 grand the other month and got 0 leads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So,
Whereas I
SEO.
spend, bro, there's so many people that they've got an agency and they do ads or do something. Don't fucking do it for themselves. They don't. So like, are you good at SEO if you don't do it for yourself? I do it for my own agency. I do it for my software business. Because it fucking works.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is for those longer term clients that work with us, we're working to rank them on page 1 for a competitive term, like self-storage software, SEO software for Squarespace or something like that. We've even worked with property companies and we're trying to rank them like page 1 for like Property Investments UK.
Yeah, that's sick.
Imagine how much that's fucking worth for the business.
Yeah, as soon as you get one client, like what, you sell $500,000 house. You know what I mean?
Well, their commission, like profit on a property is 60k.
Yeah, that's banging. And obviously a lot of people want to be searching that stuff organically.
I think it's 2,400 people a month search for Property Investment UK. So you imagine your top of page 1 for that.
It's a lot of money.
That could be worth millions a month.
Yeah, that's literally like, could be like $500,000 a month.
Yeah.
Easy.
Just from that. So then you put in comparison, spending 60k a month, all of a sudden isn't that much.
Yeah. All right, so I've got a good note to end it on. If you could tell yourself, how old are you now? 25?
26.
26.
Old, mate.
If you
I'm
could
old.
tell yourself 7 years ago when you're 18, what would be the words of wisdom you'd tell yourself? It's a good question, that. Go on.
I would keep it plain and simple and say,
Go on, let's
chill.
hear it.
I would say chill the fuck out.
Fair.
I've spent the past, we were speaking about Bali
Yeah.
and like how we just head down. I've spent my whole life just blocking out the noise, missing out on parties. I didn't go to parties at uni.
Really? From rugby and work.
Because rugby and work.
Yeah.
And the thing that I was working on at that time was the most important thing. And I missed out on so much fun. I missed out on so much of life because all I've been focused on is either rugby, uni. Like my big thing, I wanted to get a first at uni.
Yeah.
First.
That's not bad.
And it was like, nothing was stopping me from getting that. So I would just go back and like tell myself to chill the fuck out. And obviously there's balance there. If you're watching this and you're fucking partying every weekend.
Yeah, he's not saying go fucking smash it every day.
It's like, make sure that, okay, you're ambitious, you're building something, but you got to enjoy the journey.
Oh, 100%.
Because the issue is, so like my big goal is I'm going to be a billionaire by the time I'm 40.
Oh, bloody hell, you want to go for billionaire?
I'm going for the B.
Fair, I'm not doing that.
I'm going for the B.
Fair.
Because for me,
respect.
I love the journey.
Yeah.
And I love...
But why do you want to be a billionaire?
Because like...
I'll tell you something.
Go
There's
for
no point being rich if you haven't got a reason. What's your reason?
So for me, it's what I enjoy. I enjoy the shit that happens by reaching big milestones. Like
Okay.
you selling your ecom.
Yeah.
That was one of the hardest times of your life, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you did on the way to doing
Great
that
fun.
is the best stuff.
But then sometimes you don't see it though.
You don't, and that's why I mentioned like chill the fuck out sort of thing. So for me, it's like, okay, I have the most fun when I'm building cool shit and making money, not the actual making money, the shit that you do, the problems that you overcome. So if that's what I enjoy, I want to set myself the highest possible goal to do the coolest fucking shit on the way.
I hope you do it. I hope you do it.
And it's also like, if you don't reach 1 billion, you're still doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, if you get
so it doesn't matter.
Even if you get a couple mil, 10, 20 mil.
Like, I'm not doing it to have 1 billion. It's not the having the cash.
Yeah.
It's the experiences and journey for me, because that's the
facts.
best fucking bit. We're all gonna die, so it's only the memories that you have and the people you meet.
Yeah, literally.
So I want to meet the best fucking people and have the best fucking
Well, yeah,
memories.
like the thing is, like, even when your journey now, when you're doing these meetups, meeting entrepreneurs, like, that's pretty cool. That's part of it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's good fun.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not had the money to invest into the members clubs we're in and stuff like that. So it comes hand in hand. So yeah, that sort of, if you like, make sure you work hard, but also make sure you enjoy yourself, because life's fucking short, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So that's it. Nice one, bro. That was good. That was really good.
It is, mate.
Nice one, guys. Peace and love. Good shit. Good shit. That's good, man.
Cheers, mate.
Hopefully it recorded.
I could see the thing. I could see the audio bars. That's the thing.